Well, hello, welcome or welcome back, whichever it is. I'm happy you're here. I have an echo. So we're doing a series on how much do I have for dinner, and that's what we're calling it, because I don't always know what my budget's going to be. I'm on a very fixed income. My income remains the same month after month. So if something pops up that I haven't planned for, well, guess what? I'm just gonna have to make do. So I put $3 through $20 in this bowl on pieces of paper, and the kids have randomly been selecting the numbers out, and we've been basing our dinners around that. So let Eric get it. Let's go. Pick a number, Eric, for tonight's dinner.
$4.
Ooh, $4.
$4.
All right. Well, let's put our thinking cap on. Let's go, Eric. We gotta go shopping. All right. Well, we're off to the store to see what we can get with our teeny tiny budget. Show nobody's license plate. And back up. This dollar store is very, very close to my house. Dollar store, Dollar General. It's right outside the neighborhood. See, we're coming up on the Dollar General. And now we're gonna go in here to the dollar store. I don't know if you guys have one of these near you or not, but here where I live, they have the dollar store. Hold on, Aiden. And the Dollar Tree mixed together. All right, let's go in and see what we can get. Okay, we got our little haul. We're on our way back home to show you what we got for our little itty bitty baby budget. Okay, so I'm back. What did I decide to do? I decided I was going to make grilled cheese sandwiches with tomato soup with my $4. Now, not so exciting in and of itself, right? Grilled cheese is grilled cheese. I do mine slightly different than other people, but it's really not that different. But what I am going to do differently is I'm going to take this tomato paste and I'm going to turn this into soup for everybody. This here, with these two cans together, cost me 88 cents, 44 cents a can. So let's get it, let's go. Let me show you what I would do. Let me heat up them pots. Let's go. All right, so here's my sad little haul. I turned the cans of tomato paste around because they aren't the brands that I'm going to be quoting the price for, and they're two separate brands. So what did I buy? I bought the tomato paste, the bread, and the cheese. Again, the cheese is not what was on sale. That's why it's facing the other way around. What are my freebies? My freebie is the garlic, the onion powder, basil, salt and pepper, and a pinch of sugar. That's everything we're going to need. I'm going to use spray for cooking the grilled cheese. But let me show you how I'm going to turn that tomato paste into soup. I almost started without you, but I didn't. Okay. So, how are we going to start? I threw in 2 teaspoons of basil in the pan, and I'm just going to toast it a little bit to bring out some flavors. That's all I'm doing right now. So we're letting that toast up a little bit. There's a little bit of the garlic, and I'll have all the measurements below. I also have salt and sugar, but we're not going to use that yet. Don't want to add more garlic or anything like that until after. I know the basil will go well. I can already smell it. Now, typically I would be dicing up onions in here and, oh, where is my onion powder? teaspoon of onion powder. Yeah, typically I would have onions in here sauteing, but not on $4. You're not getting it. I guess I could have used the dried in my spice cabinet. Okay, it's already toasty and smelling, so I don't want to go too far down this rabbit hole of toasting it and then I can't undo it. So now we're going to add our tomato paste. Now, as I go on, when I start adding water, you can add milk. I would be very careful when you use contadina, if you ever did, because when you add milk, for some reason, and I think it's because contadina's tomato paste or whatever is a little more acidic than the rest. I don't know, but it will curdle on you. Let me turn that down, it's a little bit high. Now I'm going to use this can, and you're going to fill it to make 24 ounces. And just keep rinsing out your can, each can. So I've already measured out the water and put it on the side. Over here. Good. Already, huh, Eric? Mm-hmm. Eric's never had tomato soup before.
Is there garlic in this?
Yep.
I can smell it.
Garlic powder in it. So I'm going to fill this up. Just trying to get all the flavor out of the can.
Yeah. You don't want to waste.
Waste not, want not. Okay. You start mixing that around a little bit so it doesn't stick on the bottom.
That was delicious.
Smelling good already, is it, Eric?
Yeah.
Smell those seasonings already. Right, one more can, we'll get this thing cleaned out and I can just dump the rest of the water. This is the quick, easy, we don't have any money version of tomato soup. Now you could use milk, but like I said, be very, very careful when you use the milk, because it can curdle on you. Got a little bit more water to go. You could put a bay leaf in here. That'll make it good. But have you ever had tomato basil soup? That's why I added the basil in there. Okay. I got sauce on my hand. I think that's the sugar. I have, make sure. Oh God, that was salt. Ah! You rinse my mouth out. I just licked a whole lick full of salt. It's only funny because now which one was it?
Uh-oh.
I think it was that one.
So you're gonna have to give it another lick.
I'm gonna have to get another lick of that salt.
Teaspoon of sugar.
I sat it out while I went to the store. Now everything's kind of like solidified for some reason. It's not very moist out, so I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, so now what I want you to do with this, it calls for a teaspoon of salt. I really don't want to add the salt until I taste it. So we're going to let this simmer, and I'm going to come back in a few minutes and I'll show you what else to do. Okay, so I doubled the recipe, but I didn't double everything. I just tasted it. It definitely needs more. So I'm going to go in with another half a teaspoon of garlic. Of onion. Another half a teaspoon of garlic. put in another half a teaspoon of basil. Now that I found it. Starting to come to a simmer. And I decided I am going to put a bay leaf or two in there. I get my little helping hand out here. I'm going to keep letting that simmer. Let the flavors come together. I also forgot one other thing. It does, sometimes it's good with a little bit of fat in it if you're not going to have milk or cheese in it. I could throw an extra slice of cheese in there to thicken up once I take out Eric's. But for now, we're going to go with this. I'm going to get a tablespoon, maybe, of butter to put into it. Okay, well, I'm going to put a dollop of butter in it. I told you I was going to. It's tasting a little too tomato-y. And I know my kids won't eat it like that. They like it more traditional, like the canned soup, nice and sweet. So I'll probably end up putting more sugar in it because it's just a little bit more refined. And when I say butter, that's not butter really. It's country crock vegetable spread because Eric can't have the cheese or the dairy. So whenever I say butter, I'm never really adding butter unless I actually say, this is real butter, y'all, because I would say that. All right, I'll put the lid back on, let her continue to simmer. This is a teaspoon of salt. It's likely gonna need it, but I'm not a salt kind of a person, but it's a lot of sauce. It's a little bit of salt. And we're gonna add some pepper. Put a pinch or two. I'm gonna let this be. I'm gonna stop fussing over it. I'm gonna let the flavors come together. I'm gonna put a lid in it. Hopefully it won't reduce too much. And we're gonna be eating pretty soon. I'm gonna come back and sample this in a little bit. All right, so it's been cooking about 10 minutes or so. It cooked down a little bit, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of water to it because I don't want it to get too cooked down. So I'm gonna set this to the back and I'm gonna show you how I make my grilled cheese. I do something differently, but not crazy different. Just something you might want to think about next time you make toast or grilled cheese, not toast. All right, let this simmer a little bit more in the background. Okay, so how do I do my grilled cheese different? I got the pan spray down. If I had butter, I would be using butter. I'm going to toast one side of the bread first. I got Eric's going on over here. Once that toasts, I'm gonna flip it over and then I'm gonna add my cheese. So you don't have all that doughy, uncooked bread on the inside and nice bread on the outside. So let that toast up and I'll show you how it looks when I flip it. All right, so typically I use a spatula, but apparently not today. See how I made that nice and toasty? Then I'm gonna put a slice of cheese on this side and a slice of cheese on that side and let the outside toast up. I'll flip Eric's over. Oh, Eric still isn't there yet. Woo! And we're just gonna let that melt down a little bit. Let the heat of the pan melt it down. It's not as toasty as I would like without the butter, but we'll get there. I keep using the one I'm gonna use for Eric on ours. Put that over there. So Eric's is toasted enough. And I'm gonna put a slice of cheese on his. Just one slice, because his doesn't melt like ours. Then I'm gonna close it up. And that's one down. I'm gonna make more than just one at a time, but that's one down. I'm just gonna let it go. Oh, I did it again. Dag it. Here. Now I'll use Eric's baby spatula. Okay, there's Eric's sandwich. And there's mine. Woo, it's toasted up nice. Okay, so I'm gonna meet you at the table. Alrighty, there's my plate. Sorry about the shadow. And there's Eric's, looking just as yummy as mine. Don't want them to touch, but they look very, very similar. So let's get to the table and let's get to the taste test.
If you get any benefit at all from my content, you can help me out by clicking like, share, commenting, and definitely hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video.
Well, hello! We're here at the table. At the table. Grilled cheese is grilled cheese, but grilled cheese in your soup? Let's see.
It's even better.
Eric's never had this.
Plus, my cheese looks and kind of melts like real cheese.
Mmm. Mmm. Mm-hmm.
Mmm.
It would be so much better if I made it with the milk.
This is amazing.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna just taste it with the spoon.
I'm just gonna give it a second bite.
Go right ahead. Do you? Ready? It actually got sweeter as it cooled down, because when it was hot, it tasted a little tomatoey. I don't know how to explain it, but I put a dollop of sugar in it, and I just let it cool down. Not dollop of sugar, a dollop of butter in it, which you saw, and I would like this much better if it was creamier with the milk in it, but since we only had $4 to feed 7 people, milk wasn't in the budget. But there you have it. Hey, if you're struggling and you got people to feed, you don't know what to do, it's a quick and easy meal.
This is perfect for me.
Perfect for you, huh? I like it dipping it in with the cheese in it. What I could do for the other kids is on their bowl themselves, drop some cheese right in there, fix everything up. Okay, I'll see you at the wrap up. Okay, well, our $4 dinner is over. How'd we do? We still have a little bit of soup left over, a nice, maybe a serving or two, depending on how much you want. But my daughter hasn't eaten yet, so she'll probably finish that when she gets here. And what do we have left? We have a half a pack of the cheese left and a half a loaf of bread left. And again, my daughter hasn't eaten, so there'll be 2 to 4 slices less, 2 to 4 slices of cheese extra out of there. So there you have it. That's our haul. That's what we did with our $4 to feed 7 people. It wasn't spectacular, but we are fed and we are full, and that was the name of the game when you only have pennies to eat on. Full tummies equal happy mommies. If you got $4 and you got 7 people to feed, you're not worrying about the vegetables. You're worried about feeding. And we had veggies. Wait, is tomato a veggie? I think it's a fruit, but we're gonna call it a veggie today. Okay, well there you have it. I hope you like it. Maybe you'll try it one way or the other, I don't know. But like and subscribe anyway. See you later, bye.